What's good, people? It's Lando Smoothie here, and I'm here with another review. Here we have the 3 3/4 inch Black Series Lando Calrissian. You can see he looks pretty sweet. This is one of the first figures I picked up from the 3 3/4 inch Black Series. I'm, really infatuated with it. I think it's pretty great. I mean, as you can tell, I'm a big Lando fan. Look at the name of the channel. I think he looks pretty nice. This is the general version from Return of the Jedi, as you can see from his little uniform here. I'm going to kind of shuck his cape real quick so we can get a better look at his uniform. The cape, by the way, is actually pretty sweet. It's a nice color. It's like capturing that kind of robin's egg blue almost. Maybe not quite robin's egg. It's a little darker than that. It has some gray tones to it. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty bulky. To be honest, it covers him, pretty extensively. I wish it weren't quite so much that way, but, what can you do? I feel like a lot of the cloth capes kind of look like that and kind of have that effect on figures. So let's look a little closer here. You can see all of his little insignia and whatnot right here, his little epaulets and his things there. He's got a holster here that the gun fits in, his blaster, here like so. Pretty simple. I haven't decided. I usually like to have it in his hand just so he's kind of ready for action, but he looks good either way. Pretty solid. If you turn around, he's got some little pockets around his utility belt here. And they don't open or anything like that, but they look pretty good. He does have a nice little buckle right here. It's kind of subtle, but it looks pretty nice, I think. There's some nice detailing as you look through. The paint is pretty good. Mine has a couple of stray, oddball paint stuff going on. I'll try to capture that. Maybe you can see kind of along his forearm right here, little stray bits of brown. So, what can you do? There weren't that many at the Walmart I was at, so, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. The paint leaves a little something to be desired on the boots as well. You can see where the blue is kind of showing through there. So, I don't know. I didn't luck out on this one, I guess, but I still love him. I still think he looks pretty good. He's pretty well articulated, I guess. His vest here, his torso portion, is kind of constrictive. You can see his arms don't go up very far, which, not a huge issue because most of the time he's wearing his cape. He's got joints here at the elbows. You can see there's a lot of resistance when I'm trying to move him into kind of more of a action pose or like a hands up kind of pose. But, he can do it. He just can't go too far with it. That's about kind of the extent of it right there. Let's see. His legs go out. I had a hard time getting him to stand. So I had to kind of reconfigure a lot. His feet move pretty well. His knees move pretty well. But even so, I think it has something to do with kind of his center of gravity is being a little off here, or a little weird, a little centered forward. So it was a little difficult to get him to stand properly, but that's okay. Alright, so I got him kind of sitting in the back there. I just wanted to compare him to like a pretty funny figure I got pretty recently. I got the Power of the Force Lando Calrissian, who looks insane. It's definitely, not a flattering comparison between these figures. Definitely not as well done as the Luke Jedi figure that I showed off in the last video. He does have two accessories, two blasters here, as well as a detachable cape. And of course he's sporting the Empire Strikes Back costume versus the General Calrissian from Return of the Jedi. I had to grab him, the deal was too good, but I mean, just look at him. He's got his 8-pack here, just kind of rippling. He's about to just bust out of his shirt. Going for that superhero look. Doesn't look anything like Billy D. Williams, basically at all, except for some really superficial things, like his mustache. Well, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be on the lookout for another review. I might try to do something a little bit different next time. I do want to review other Star Wars things. I'm not kind of restricting myself to figures. So I'm going to talk about some books and some different things in the future. Alright, have a good one.